This is The Big Shut-In, Stories from Quarantine. It's Tuesday, March 17th, about a little after 9 o'clock at night, day 2. And this week is turning out to really be about triage in terms of finding schedules, who's going to do what when, and what are the priorities. I see so much stuff on social media of younger people, single people without kids, and it's a lot of talking about boredom and isolation, and I dig that. I could see how that would be what you're fearing, but man, I would really love some isolation at this moment, and I think that is not a feeling that's going to go away anytime soon. We're juggling 2 really demanding jobs that my wife and I both work at 50, 60 hours a week, and 2 very small children who can't really entertain themselves. It's not like, we have preteens or something that we could just kind of shove in their rooms and let them read books and talk to their friends on the phone. Somebody has to be coming up with activities and trying to keep them from bouncing off the walls. So this week, that's me. My wife is dealing with real crisis at work, like immediate. She needs to pull rabbits out of hats, or the whole enterprise is going to come tumbling down, and I am only anticipating crisis that will happen, soon, if I'm not able to keep wheels turning. So therefore, she is working and I am teaching while I try and keep my clients as happy as I can with, an hour here and an hour there of pushing things along. I never aspired to be a teacher, but I'm figuring out something that looks like education and entertainment, and it's really hard. They both like to run around. They're both really social. They both want to do stuff, and we're just going to be stuck in here. Yeah, it's only day 2. It sounds like I'm whining, and maybe, but if this were a couple days, who cares? It'd be great. It'd be fun. I get to spend more time with them and flex those muscles, but it's just knowing, now they're talking months, just looking ahead into those months of continuing to manage this and having to try and juggle all this and keep money coming in. And as the world is collapsing around us, it's just really scary. It's really scary. Anyway, here's my friend Quinn. He's a carpenter and a senior manager at a company that manufactures things like sets and high-end retail displays. He lives right around the corner from me in Queens with his wife and 2 kids who he mentions. Helen is 12 and Teddy is 10.
A recording has started.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's the sound? I have my headphones on.
It's okay, actually.
It's okay?
It's so weird that we're like, you're right over there. Like I could
A block away.
Yeah. You got your guitar?
Yeah.
How's it going over there, man?
Well, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I feel very calm and reassured about what's happening. I'm not worried. But I think Teddy is worried a little bit and just unsure, so it's just causing him to be a little rattled and wound up. And
what do you think he's worried about? What do you think he understands or doesn't understand?
I think he hears everything we hear. It's not like we censor the news or limit what he's hearing. We talk about it all the time and read articles to each other, and I think he knows exactly what's happening, and we try to explain things to him as much as possible. I don't know that he's worried about us like getting sick or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe he's just worried about the instability or the change in whatever's happening to his world. It's going to be different. He doesn't know how it's going to change it. Maybe he didn't understand why he couldn't go outside. That was his thing. Like, I'm not at school. Why can't I go to the park? Why can't I go out and play basketball with Milo in the backyard? So he was just appalled by that. Just like couldn't believe it that was a real rule. He's like, why can't I? He's like, I don't care. We had to explain it to him. Like, people, old people are going to get sick if you go outside. You're going to spread it to other people if you have the disease, and we all have to do this to prevent it from spreading. And I think he understood that, but he just couldn't see how his not going outside had anything to do with that, which, as an individual, he's probably right. Like, one person wouldn't make any difference. But obviously, it's been decided this is what we're doing. And so he had to just adapt to that information, and it didn't go very well. He was screaming and crying and pissed off.
It was weird today. We were in the backyard, and I feel so incredibly fortunate to have a backyard. But we were in the
oh my God, yeah.
we're in the backyard, and me and the kids, and we were messing around, and like Walter and I were playing ball or something, and baby Helen was drawing with sidewalk chalk. We're just trying to find some way to like get a little fresh air in our tiny little backyard, and there were like kids. There's no kids next door to us, but 2 houses over on both sides there were kids, and they were playing in their backyards, but the kids weren't allowed to like interact. Like, they were like talking.
They weren't available.
Fence. Yeah, and like the little boy 2 houses over, to one side, was like standing at the fence and looking over and saying, Walter, you can come over. And me and his mom were like, no, no, he can't. He's like, no, he can't. It's fine. But it's just so weird to have these child pens,
invisible barriers.
Yeah, like these like penned off. I mean, it was like, you have to stay in your little cage, and you can see the other cages with the other children in their cages.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
So weird, because this whole thing, like, there's no visible like outward sign of any of this. You can't see it. Like, everything's the same except maybe the empty streets. But it somehow changes the way everything looks to me. Like, the neighborhood just looks different.
Well, it's just that it's that fear. It's that it's not even fear. I mean, fear is the wrong word, because it's just
dread almost.
Well, like, we know this, like, it's going to get worse. Like, we are going to know people who are sick, and the economic sort of fallout is gonna hit. Like,
cancel your vacations and your
2-day vacations. Yeah, I mean, but like, cancel your whatever.
College.
Cancel your right. Oh, geez, savings. Forget that.
Yeah.
But that we all see this coming. Like, there's just this, like, it's like a tsunami, and it might be 2 months from now that it really hits, and we all see it, and we're all sort of braced for it, and there's nothing we can do. It's a weird sensation.
Yeah, we don't know.
So how do you, I mean, the first thing you said when you got on is that you're not concerned. Is that you're calm, cool. How are you not worried? What are you not worried about? How do you feel?
I mean, what could I do? Like, what could I possibly, like, I could go, like, start, I don't know, like, what am I going to do to fix the situation besides keep calm and, stabilize my own ship and keep it steady. And I'm not too worried about my own ship. I know that I don't have a job right now. I mean, my job is dead. and completely closed down. I've got some sick days, which I'm using, but those will run out eventually. I have some savings.
They're not going to keep you on salary. They're not able to do that.
I mean, there's probably going to be something to do sooner or later, but right now we just have 0 jobs. And, it's not like they've told me that they're going to cut me off, but like I have to expect eventually that if there's 0 money coming in and nothing at all to do, like why would they want to keep paying me what they pay me? Just doesn't seem likely.
And I understand, that's panic doesn't serve any useful function, but how do you keep it? What do you do in your brain to keep it away? It must be creeping in at some stage.
I don't think it does not. I think part of it is having lived through not extreme poverty, but years of living very frugally and not having a whole hell of a lot, and understanding that that's actually not a big deal when it comes to quality of life. You can have a pretty high quality of life and be completely broke and penniless. And so I know that, I like my creature comforts, but I also know that if they were all taken away tomorrow, that I could still maintain a pretty amazing life. I feel confident that I could make something of it, and I'm not worried about losing what I have.
I'm not so worried about losing what I have. I'm worried about losing what my kids have, what my family has. That concerns me more.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with 5 kids and a school teacher's salary in a tiny little house and complete chaos. So my kids are pretty damn lucky. If they had to live the way I grew up, it wouldn't be the worst thing for them.
Yeah. What are you guys
They're
doing
spoiled
about
brats, basically.
Yeah. Well, so am I think. That's my problem.
Maybe that's your problem. Maybe that's why you don't feel the way I feel, because you're afraid to lose. You don't know what is on the other side of losing all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
But it's not so bad, I can tell you that.
I'll keep that in mind. I hope it doesn't come to that. But, well, anyway, on that note, you want to play us out? You want to give me a strum something? All right. Good enough.
It's Corona time. I promised Helen I would say it's Corona time.
Thank you. Okay. I appreciate that.
It's Corona time.
Have a good one, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Make sure to get that in there. It's Corona time. It's Corona time. Bye.
All right. See you, man. Bye-bye.
Thanks, David.
My name is David Hoffman, and The Big Shut-In is a production of Race Car Radio.